So today I'm going to be showing you guys the easiest way to level up a new character or an existing character inside of Season 1. This actually should work on seasonal characters and eternal characters. I believe it should because it's just farming a singular dungeon over and over and over again, and the methods should be the same regardless. So if you want to power level up a friend, if you want to level up a new character, if you want to level up in hardcore and kind of skip some of the early awkward stages, this is a good way to do that. Even at my level, which is level 73, last night I did about, I think it was maybe like 5 runs, and I got about half a level at level 73, and this is not even a nightmare level dungeon. This is just a regular dungeon. So if you were to find this as a nightmare dungeon, you actually would get even more XP, and if you do this in a group with an elixir active, you actually get even more XP on top of that. So just to jump right into it, the one we're going to farm is this one right over here. So the Domhain Tunnels, this is one we're actually going to farm. Now, full credit goes over to Raxx, at least that's the video that I watched, getting this idea, and I wanted to bring it to my people over here, my community over here, but full shout out, full credit goes to Raxx for at least the one that I watched who discovered this as well. So if you guys don't know, Raxx actually made a video showcasing all of the different dungeons and how they actually scale with this new patch that increases the mob density within dungeons. And out of all of the dungeons, Domhain Tunnels is the best one for running a new character. He said he was able to get level 40 in about 2 hours of running this dungeon. And like I said, even at my level, which is 73, I ran about 5 attempts, maybe 6 or 7 attempts, somewhere in that range, and I got about half a level of 73 with an elixir active. So if you have more than one person, if you have an elixir active, and if you're running this as a nightmare dungeon, you are actually going to get a ton of XP. So what we're going to do is we're just going to travel over there, and I'll show you guys the next step once we're there. So all we're going to do is we're going to go from Karagar over to this Korbatch waypoint over here, and then we can go straight over here to Domhain Tunnel. So if you want to know where to go for this, it is right on top of Karagar, right north of it. So I'm going to put my pin over there, and I'm going to travel over here to Korbatch, and I'll see you guys there. So once you are at Korbatch, all you do is you get on your horse, of course, and you just gallop slowly to the edge of the gate over here, and then you can speed off down over this way. It is a super short path all the way over here, so we're just going to cut through here, not kill anything, and we're here. There's a small patch of enemies outside. You can kill them if you want to, or you just go inside, and you're good. Alright, so now once you are inside of the Domhain Tunnels, what you're going to do is you're just going to head on through, and you're not going to kill any of these prisoners over here. So if I flip my camera around real quick, just so you can see that it says free the 6 prisoners, you're not going to free any of those. So you're not going to go past the first zone here, but you're going to see just how many enemies are actually over here. So if I go through, there's just a ton of enemies in this small little cave area, and your entire goal is to clear them out. So if you want to use an elixir, you can. I'm actually going to pop one here as well, so I'm just going to pop one of those. And so you can see my XP bar slowly climbing up. And I'm on World Tier 4, so you have the extra XP there on top of it. So again, if you want to power level your friends, you can, of course, you can get Ancestral gear here as well. You can also get the Butcher, and you can get events to spawn as well. But your entire goal is to just run through here and kill the enemies. So it's super easy, super awesome, and you get a ton of good loot from it as well. So again, you're just going to run through, and you're not going to free any of the actual prisoners that spawn in here. You're just going to kill the enemies and just kind of keep a good pace going through this. You don't really want to stop too long because you want to be super efficient. You can be as inefficient as you want. So if you want to keep selling your items, if you want to stop for all the gold, you can. If you want to stop for chests, you can do that. It's up to you, but the most efficient route is just to kind of speed through this and only care for XP. Now, as you saw earlier, you can get loot from this as well, because I got that legendary ancestral piece earlier from that helmet. So you can get loot from it, but I just wouldn't say this is the best loot farm in the entire game. So you do get elixirs here, as you can see. You do get a lot of yellows, whether they be sacreds or ancestrals. And you can get events, so you get the event XP, which gives you obols as well. So it's not terrible for those things, but this is just for the XP. But because of the sheer density of the enemies in here, it actually is a pretty good loot farm. Like, it's not going to be the worst loot farm in the game. But again, I would not go into here having your heart set out and getting any brand new items that you need for your build. It's more just getting the XP with a couple of good loot as the cherry on top. Alright, so what you're going to do is once you have fully cleared out the entire dungeon here, all you're going to do is you're going to hit T on your keyboard, or I think it's down on the D-pad. I think whatever button it is to go back to town. You're just going to go back to town, and once you're there, you will reset the dungeons. So as you can see here, I'm now back at town. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hit J on the keyboard, or what you're going to bring up your map screen, and you're going to hit reset dungeons right there. Boom. And then you can either sell your gear, or you can just go right back in. Because I didn't pick up any gear that's worth selling or dismantling, I'm just going to go right back in. And as you can see, the map is fully cleared. So it's super fast, super efficient, and you just go right back in and you start killing people. And you don't want to stop for too many small enemies. You just want to go until you find a nice pack of enemies to do. Here's an event. And of course, you're just going to rinse and repeat. So I'm just going to sit here and clear out the event, and you guys can honestly watch my XP just skyrocket as I do it. So let's just kind of fast forward through the event. Alright, that was actually a super light event, so I'm just going to keep speeding through this dungeon, and I'm just going to show you guys the fast-forwarded version of my XP bar as I go through the actual thing here. So we got a little bit of XP from completing the thing, from completing the event, and you can see the events give you some ancestrals and legendaries and fun stuff like that too. So you can get some good loot from this, you can get some good gold, some good obols, and things like that. But again, this is mostly just an XP farm, but I'm going to fast forward and show you guys actually how much XP I actually gain from doing this. So we're going to do a couple of runs, I'm going to fast forward through them, and I will see you guys in just a second or two. Alright, so there you go. I am now level 74 after maybe, like, I don't know, 30 minutes of doing this? After about one elixir, I got to level 74. So really not that bad for XP, even if you're just solo and looking to burn off some time. Like, you can just come into here, get some levels, get some XP, you know, get some loot, get some obols, whatever you're really looking for. This kind of has it, and that really isn't too bad, actually. It's super easy to do, and the higher level you are, the better build that you have, of course, the more efficient that this becomes. So if you also have a friend that can come through here and kind of help carry you through this, it becomes even easier and even more efficient as well. So this is probably one of the best ways to carry someone through, especially at the lowest levels. Like if they are brand new character, level 1 through 40, maybe 1 through 70-ish, like you probably could speed through to level 50 in probably an hour or two with a buddy. So that makes this a great way to power level friends, getting some XP, getting some good loot, getting some good obols and everything like that. That makes this a very, very powerful tool for us to use. So I would recommend using this now, just in case it does end up actually getting patched, because there's a lot of enemies in here, and I don't know if they intended for this to be so dense with enemies. So definitely do this while you can. And then of course, once again, once you are done, you just head back to town and you can reset the dungeon once again. So that will do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for being here with me, and hopefully this helps you guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like on it. Subscribe if you guys are new and want more Diablo 4 content as well. And of course, shout out to Raxx. I'll leave a link to his video in the description down below as well. But thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Bye, guys.